AlphaGo movie review. Now, some of you are probably thinking, what the hell is AlphaGo? Well, AlphaGo was the AI machine running, which was going to compete against people that are playing Go. Go is a traditional board game from ancient Chinese history. So when you play it, apparently has more combinations on the board than atoms in the universe. Now, that tells me there's a bloody lot of combinations. Traditional board game, much more advanced than chess. It is known as the holy grail of AI. A lot of people thought that this game could never be beaten.
Go is the world's oldest continuously played board game. It is one of the simplest and also most abstract.
Beating a professional player at Go is a long-standing challenge of artificial intelligence.
Everything we've ever tried in AI just falls over when you try the game of Go.
The number of possible configurations of the board is more than the number of atoms in the universe. But we won't know its true strength until we play somebody who is at the top of the world, like Lee Sedol.
A match like no other is about to get underway in South Korea.
Lee Sedol is to Go what Roger Federer is to tennis.
Just the very thought of a machine playing a human is inherently intriguing.
The place is a madhouse.
Welcome to the DeepMind Challenge.
The whole world is watching.
Can Lee Sedol find AlphaGo's weakness? Whoa. Is there, in fact, a weakness?
The game kind of turned on its axis.
Look at his face.
That is not a confident face.
It's developing into a very, very dangerous fight.
Ooh, hold the phone. Lee has left the room.
In the end, it is about pride.
I think there's something went wrong.
Yeah, it's made a mistake. It's got to pronounce a miracle.
These ideas that are driving AlphaGo are going to drive our future.
This is it, folks.
So this documentary was directed by Greg Coase, and he takes an in-depth look where he basically looks at the AI, which is AlphaGo, a professional Go player, and a team of engineers or architects or programmers. And they put them all together in a documentary. The crazy part about this, that this game is huge, especially in Asian countries. This event was actually watched live by 100 million people. And it was always said that a human would never beat this AI. And everyone that would know, I'm a bit interested in AI. I'm definitely not an expert in this field, but I'm an expert in watching movies. And it actually got my attention. I really wasn't expecting this movie to grab my attention. So what they did, they got some professional Go players. Their AlphaGo algorithm had beaten every one of these professional Go players. So they wanted to then grab the highest ranking professional, and in Go playing you have first dan, second dan, and it goes all the way up. And Lee Sedol is the #1 Go player on the planet. He's a 9 dan Go player, so doesn't get any better. In fact, previous to this, it was $1 million contract, so he actually got offered $1 million for this documentary, and he was very confident that there is no way that an AI could beat him playing. Well, didn't this turn out to be a great platform for a show? It was a 5-game set, so they play one at a day, and they even included a rest day. And you could watch him play, and he was devastated. Lee Sedol is a very humble, introvert, very quiet young man, very softly spoken. So this guy is a rock star. In fact, they say in the movie, Lee Sedol in Go, his equivalent is Roger Federer in tennis. So this guy is a rock star from Korea and a huge player. And what you could see from this, and the thing that really caught my attention, was how mentally draining the game is. And not only that, is how it really had an effect on him personally. You could see him. He actually, I don't want to give up too much away, because if you are going to watch the movie, I don't want to ruin it. But the moral of the story is he lost games, and he was definitely not used to that. And it was interesting to watch his psyche. When he walked away from the table, he had to go away and think about it. They would show footage of him walking around outside, gathering his thoughts. And this was interesting to see, because I don't think a computer or AI had ever gone into the psyche that this movie really has. And it makes you think, what is ahead with the complexities of super algorithms running and extremely smart AIs running in the background? And when you could see him, he was speaking to the public after the press conferences, telling people he was disappointed himself. He thought he had let humanity down by losing these games. And it's crazy to see because he is trying his hardest, but he took it on board. And not only that, you could see it was emotionally getting to him. The people that watched him, he's a very aggressive player and a very lateral thinker when he plays his natural style. He was trying to play a style to beat AlphaGo. And it was very interesting to watch how he's totally consumed by not being able to win. I'm not going to tell you the whole story. You're going to need to watch that. But the moral of this story was showing how AI technology in the background can actually really affect the humanity of what is going on across the planet. And it might not seem much. An AI winning in a board game. As simple as that. And the fact that had on Lee Sedol is really eye-opening, and it really caught my attention on how much he really believed that Go was a part of his life. And when you can see that being slightly crushed, it's really heartening to see, and to see how he held himself through this whole period. As you can imagine, 100 million people watching an event live. That is unheard of, definitely from when I'm from in Australia here. Watching him get up and deal with the press and deal with the public, it really hit home. And it really took out of him. Great insight to human nature, great insight to AI technology, and a great insight to the biggest board game on the planet, Go. If I'm going to rate this out of 5 fingers, I'm going to give it a 4. I reckon it's a cracking show. Definitely go watch it. And if you want to be a little bit entertained as well as educated, I think it's a great show to watch. The reason I've gone for a 4 is I think it's not for everyone. I think you have to have a bit of interest into the AI component, a little bit of interest in the board game, and a little bit of an interest in mankind, or a little bit of interest in the human psyche. And if you don't, I can understand. What do you think about that? I'd like to hear your comments, and I'd like to hear if you've never seen the movie and you've gone and watched it, and tell me what you think in the comments down below.